Hey there, everybody at home, and welcome to the Sports Podcast. I'm Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the sports outsider, Phil Ranta.
I'm so far outside, you guys.
Absolutely. Phil, you
How far outside are you, man?
Man, I'm so far outside, you'll need a pair of binoculars to see me from your window.
That's pretty far.
Pretty far outside.
Catch any games this week, Phil? See any sporting
see
events?
any games? No. I played a game of Words with Friends.
Words with Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the closest thing to a sport.
That's competitive. I will at least grant Phil that.
Well, not when I play. It's a blowout. Every time.
That's a sports-like attitude.
You
we're
hear
seeing
that,
right
Matt
there.
Manser? Huh? You think you can take me? I am your god! Sorry, I kind of delayed things on the podcast. So.
No,
Okay,
that's fine.
that's
I feel
fine.
like you're actually embracing fanhood more.
Yeah.
when you
Yeah,
act
you're,
like
you're
that.
trash-talking someone. These are all positive steps.
You
in
know
the
what,
right
Joel?
direction.
In your face.
Oh.
You know what, Jordan? In your face.
Whoa.
You don't
Buddy,
have to wiggle
buddy.
your testicles in our faces while you
Buddy.
say that. You
Oh,
can
I
just-
thought that was part of it.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
That used to be the thing. It's not the thing anymore.
Oh, that's a
Okay,
bummer.
so
I'm behind
as
the
Phil
times.
puts his pants back on, what do we have on the docket?
Oh, well,
Gonna make that
we're
stick.
going to talk about some sports stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
We got,
shit.
yeah, I know.
Fuck.
Magic Johnson bought the Dodgers.
He sure did.
Well, a group led by Magic
Yeah.
Johnson
Magic
bought
Johnson,
the Dodgers.
exceptional businessman, not to the tune of $2 billion, though.
This
I'm
is
pretty
true.
sure he's worth significantly less.
I've
than
been to his movie theater. It's an okay movie theater. But why are you looking at me like that? Magic Johnson has a movie theater.
No, I
that.
know that he
And
does.
TGI
I'm not-
Fridays, and well, I'm going to say this now. I'm officially kind of a Dodgers fan now because Magic Johnson, not just a Michigan State star, but also Lansing-born.
Yeah, he's a
Hometown
hometown
Right,
boy.
and that was not just a waste of our time, but it was also not funny.
Right.
Wow.
Bam. In
So
your
he's
face,
angry.
Joel. In your face.
That's right.
Now Jordan
What?
is wiggling his.
What?
Okay, yeah.
testicles,
What?
testicles,
Yeah.
testicles.
Okay.
Wiggle,
What?
wiggle, wiggle.
All right. Opening day happened in baseball. It's actually opening morning in Japan.
Oh, konnichiwa.
That's right. And so a lot of people.
That's mess. Japanese news. We found a new theme song.
Not at all racist. Yeah, all right. So, but yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, it kind of
They're playing a whole
anticlimactic
series
now.
up there, right?
Well, they played 2 games,
Oh, okay.
and we're gonna wait a week, and they're gonna start the season for real.
Oh.
But fantasy drafts are going on, so we got some fantasy advice,
Oh, that's
stuff
gonna
like
be good.
that.
Say it in your sexy voice. A little fantasy advice.
Little fantasy advice.
What are your fantasies?
I think that I'm going to take Derek Jeter in the first round, if you know what I mean.
That's kind of a
My
fetish. That's like a
fantasy.
really weird fetish you would have to have that fantasy,
Fantasy.
Phil.
Wait, we're still talking about baseball, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
But here's the thing. That's a terrible idea,
Okay.
and we'll learn why later.
Okay.
Okay.
The other thing we got on is the Hunger Games.
Yes.
Yeah.
What-
I know all there is to know about the Hunger Games.
Really?
I've had my share of the Hunger Games.
What are they?
It's a song.
Is archery back?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I actually went out and saw the Hunger Games.
You're a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
What
Well,
are you, a 12-year-old girl, or did you just not know what movie ticket you were buying?
I did it specifically for this podcast.
Oh, well, thank you.
We're going to break down the Hunger Games purely from a sports perspective.
Right,
Because it
Oh.
is technically a sports
Yeah, it's
movie.
a bunch of kids killing each other it's like a sport,
Yeah.
right?
Incidentally, I think not appropriate for 12-year-old girls.
That's what a lot of the
my
news
opinion.
said.
Yeah. But I guess if they read the book, then what else are you going to
Then
do?
violence doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
Isn't that the rules?
Yeah, that's well, I don't know the rules of the Hunger Games.
I'm
But-
gonna fill you guys in. I'm gonna fill you in.
And Jordan, you win.
Yes, I will
apparently.
also Jordan you in.
I'm
so.
gonna Jordan both of you in so hard.
Oh
Okay.
no! I'll take Derek Jeter.
And what else do we have a weird sport this week?
You're goddamn right. We got a weird sport this week.
Oh,
It's gonna
man.
be weirder and wackier than ever before.
Oh, that's gonna be tricky
Don't
at this
hold-
point.
don't hold
There's
me
a
to
lot
that.
of
Yeah, I was
Don't
gonna
hold
say
that.
every week I wonder, have we stopped getting weird? Are the sports gonna start trending in the direction of, that's actually kind of reasonable?
Well, I was thinking of doing this sport this time called basketball. It's pretty weird.
It actually
It's where
it involves
giants-
bass.
Yeah.
It's not. You were thinking that Phil just didn't know how to pronounce basketball. No. It involves bass and cats.
Oh, jeez.
And my balls in your face,
Oh,
bass
and he's
and cats.
doing it again. Jumped
in
right
your
up the table.
face.
Okay, thank you. And do we have anything else?
No.
No.
All right, let's get that show
Let's
started.
get it going.
Boom.
Okay, guys. So I did, in fact, go to see The Hunger Games.
My name's Joel. I'm 12 and I'm a girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Once again, I fell on the sword for you guys because you guys didn't want to see Hunger Games, but I was like, that's what's big now.
I tripped over my training bra and fell on a sword because I'm a 12-year-old girl.
Stop making
In
fun
the
of
Hunger
Joel's
Games,
girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're not supposed to talk about that. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just going to break down for you guys what the Hunger Games are.
Okay.
We're going to take this from a totally sports perspective, okay?
And
Because we are a
I'll
sports
sing the
podcast.
soundtrack the entire time.
This
Yeah,
will be
all
really easy for me to take from a sports perspective because I really know nothing about the
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
It's kind of like a weird sport, if you will, except that it's not real.
No.
No.
Okay.
You go weird fake sports.
Weird fake sports. Oh, I'm not gonna put an echo effect on this because it would take too much time.
That's fine.
Weird
Okay.
fake sports.
All right. So here's how the Hunger Games work.
Boom, boom, boom.
They have divided the country into 12, let's call them regionals. Okay. And each year, from that regional, they select one guy and one girl between 12 and 18 years of age, and they send them all to the capital city, where they go into this giant, arena and fight to the death.
Nice.
Only
Wow.
one person, and it's got like the Highlander effect. One person lives, and that's the person who wins the Hunger Games.
There can only be one Hunger Gamer.
Yes, indeed.
So let me guess. If they're under 18 and it's a guy and a girl, there's some sexy stuff going on in this movie, right?
yeah, you would think,
Hormones are raging.
despite the fact that when they start, they're specifically supposed to kill each other, they did work in a romantic plot line. But
So
we
they,
will-
they have to kill each other within the two people from the same region. The girl has to kill the guy.
or the guy kills the girl.
Well, so they're not a
Only
team.
one
They're not a
person's
team.
Gonna live. Yeah, they're not a team. But we'll get to that because that's kind of the curveball they throw in here. So when you watch a movie, I think you usually try to find characters to sympathize with.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm going to put myself into this movie and try and see it from that perspective.
From the 12-year-old girl, right?
Well,
You picked
well,
the 12-year-old
no, I
girl and you
thought-
put yourself in
I
that
imagine
perspective.
myself, Joel, 30-year-old man, and lifetime fan of the Hunger Games. It's the 74th annual Hunger Games. I imagine when I was a little kid, my dad took me to the Hunger Games.
Right.
And here's the thing.
Come on, Joel. You're going to watch some kids kill other kids.
Absolutely.
You remember Keith Jackson, those famous calls in the Hunger
Absolutely.
Games?
but here's the thing. Joel is a purist, okay? Joel's a traditionalist.
Wait, who's Joel?
Joel, the hypothetical Hunger Games
Okay,
fan,
I was
who
making sure it wasn't you,
associated with.
Joel.
Yeah.
I thought you were Ricky Hendersoning out
I
for a
named
second.
him Joel to allow me to sympathize with this character.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But so I imagine this hypothetical Joel being really disappointed because he's in it as a spectator for love of the game. He enjoys watching adolescent boys and girls killing each other. What the Hunger Games should really be about. you
Okay,
know?
right, yeah.
And watching this movie, the 74th annual Hunger Games were just ruined because the sport has gotten so far from that. Guys, there's all sorts of politicking involved in the Hunger Games.
No.
Yes, that just really undermines the pure enjoyment of children killing each
I
other.
feel like I still don't have an image of it. Are they like let loose in the city to kill each other?
No.
Is this
It's,
all like a gladiator
They call
arena?
it arena. It's all done with cameras. There's no actual live spectators, and they
Oh.
build like, I guess it's almost computer generated, but it's like they slot off, like 300 acres of wilderness, and then they like let them loose there.
Oh, is this like a biodome?
Yes.
Is this like the movie Battle Royale?
I'll
answer it for you.
It is in fact
Yes.
exactly yes.
I
like
love
the
that
Battle
movie.
Royale.
10 years ago when I saw it.
Yeah, a lot of people have observed that the Hunger Games is just ripping off.
When I first heard about the Hunger Games, they were like, "Oh, it's great! They send a bunch of kids together and they fight to kill each other." And I'm like, "I saw that movie years ago." They're like, "No, it's brilliant because it's attractive young white people." It's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, but I have not seen Battle Royale, admittedly.
Oh, you should. It's so good.
Getting back to the politicking.
Oh,
here,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That is ruining the sport that we know and love, the Hunger Games. Because here's the thing: there's a whole bunch of hullabaloo when they bring these people in the
Not
first.
hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
Look out! There's hullabaloo.
They dress the contestants, the athletes, if you will, up in all sorts of fancy clothes. They go in front of all the fans.
Can you talk about the female clothes, but do it in your sexy voice?
The girl, she actually wears a dress that catches fire. The heroine,
Ooh.
yeah, which is
Gonna have to take off that flaming dress.
But that's because in the middle of the game, you have what are called sponsors, which is that if you get people that you make them like you enough that they're really pulling for you, they can actually send stuff in, like food,
kind of
or
like
medicine.
in NASCAR when you got the Tide car, how they have Tide written on the front of the car, so the car is also full of Tide in case they need to what?
No, in this case,
That is not factually correct. Joe.
What?
Yeah.
But what else do they get free Tide though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's not in the car. It's mostly an engine.
Oh, so they
the car.
just okay.
Gasoline.
Oh, they just put Tide
Car
instead
parts.
of gas.
No.
Okay, that makes
this
sense.
would be
that
this
makes
would be
sense.
like
Cleaner burning.
it's a bunch of people playing baseball, but in the middle of the game, like you could send a guy a glove. So like
they
the
should have a
fans
glove anyways.
Can actually send it in there. Yeah.
So
what
wait,
they're like-
so part of the Hunger Games in the arena,
'Cause you have to survive
I can
the elements, too.
schmooze with sponsors, or is that before the games
No,
begin?
you do all your schmoozing beforehand.
Oh,
But
see,
then you
this
also
is
have
like
to
the
really sell your
lobbying
personnel.
this
This
is
is what
really-
I'm saying. There's a lot of it's really like it's like American Idol. If American Idol ended with a battle royale. So and here's
now
the
that
thing.
you're saying
you found
it,
an idea.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Justin Guarini.
I would start watching American Idol if this is how it went down.
I still think I wouldn't be able to make it through the singing part. I'd be like, I know that there's something awesome happening in 45 minutes, but do we really have to hear Aretha Franklin's R.E.S.P.C.T. sung by a 16-year-old white girl?
It's not interesting.
No.
But here's
Speaking
what really
of not
kills me.
interesting, what happened in Hunger Games after that?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. They also make a number of rule changes midway through.
Ruh-roh.
Okay?
You can't do that.
So yeah, most of the way through, because they think they're selling it, they make this announcement to everyone that two people from the same
Oh,
district.
spoiler alert.
No one who listens to this podcast is actually
I'm
going to watch
sorry.
the Hunger
Spoiler
Games.
alert.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm saying it to myself.
It's not
Thanks,
that good
Joel.
a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So they tell him, like, oh, if you're in the same district, you can survive. Conveniently, because a romance is developing between the heroine and the other guy from her regional, excuse me.
So they changed the rules
So they
because
changed the
two
rules
people from the
midstream.
same regional are like getting it on.
Yeah, so now two people are allowed to make it. And then after the two of them survive to the end, they change them again to say, like,
Spoiler
oh,
alert.
nope, it's one person after all.
Actually, that's pretty sweet. That's an awesome rule
Yeah.
change because you really fuck with those kids' heads.
Right. Those kids are like, oh, we're going to be in love forever.
No.
Here's a javelin. Stick it through her heart.
Yeah.
Or we kill both of you.
But then
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Jordan, here's the thing. They both then threaten to commit suicide, and they reverse it again and both let them both live.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like Romeo and Boreet.
Yeah. So once again, Joel, the hypothetical Hunger Games fan, has had the 74th Hunger Games just ruined for him.
Oh, I'm
ruined.
sorry, hypothetical Joel.
And they also at the beginning they show like odds for everybody, and like they're saying, oh, there's clearly gambling, and who's
Was
gonna
there
win?
like
And I
one
think
really
obviously there
fat
would
kid
be.
who was like out of breath and they're like 1,000 to 1? He's like, oh man,
Which
The
should have been because
Budweiser
it's
long
random.
shot.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna die.
They select them like mostly at random. So yeah, I was sort of like, where's the fat kid? There should be a fat kid.
And was there any?
No, they were all in good shape. Some of them were like 12, which is admittedly kind
They
of.
probably didn't make it very long.
Adolescents,
A lot of them
18 versus a 12-year-old. That's not a fair
That's a
advantage. Your
pretty
body
big difference.
changes a
See,
lot.
Battle Royale, that was cool about it is everybody got one weapon in the beginning of that movie, which is a Japanese movie that was the Hunger Games 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And in that movie, everybody got one weapon, but it could be anything from like a really high-powered gun to like a spatula. So the kids got their backpack, and like a fat kid like pulled out like some kitchen utensil, and he was already fat and slow, and he was like, "No, why does life keep shitting on me?" Except in that one, it was cooler because they all knew each other. It was all one class that got sent in.
That does. I'm not arguing that the Hunger Games.
I think the Hunger Games
as
is
cool
like
as
a
Battle Royale.
crappy sensationalist version of
I agree with you, and I'm just pointing out here again. I mean, this sport, it bothers me. And again, a lot of people got to understand the reason why sports are as organized as they are in the United States is because of gambling. You know, that like if you change rules like they did, like the first thing I thought is all of those people laying bets. At one point in the movie, they show this whole board with odds, and people are obviously gambling and who they think can win. I'm like,
Yeah.
You change rules midstream, all bets are off. This is millions upon millions of dollars that just goes completely out the window.
All right, well, we have to tie up this segment, but I think that
do.
we need to say one important thing. If the three of us were in a Hunger Games, what would be our odds? Just the three of us, 3-man Hunger Games.
Well, as a team, we're going up against each
Against
other.
each
Against
other.
I'm going to be honest with you, Jordan. You are the smallest.
I know, but I'm really good at forming alliances and then backstabbing.
That's
Oh,
true.
right. I will
That is
say
true.
I will definitely die first because the two of you guys will form an alliance against me.
What I do is live terribly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like health-wise, Jordan and I are in a slightly better condition there.
That's probably true.
I would honestly say we're all pretty much even odds. I don't know who I'd take of the three of us.
I honestly, I think I would take Jordan. I think that Jordan.
I think
would
I'd be
win.
5-2.
Yeah.
I think you guys would be 5-1. I'd be 5-2.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
And again, if not for the fact that I think my personality would drive the two of you to immediately form an alliance against me.
I've been
I
going to
think
the
my odds
gym. I can pick up heavier rocks.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And you use the rock and just on
Yeah.
someone's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Crack
got-
a rock on their head. Let the blood run down. Let
But
the
I'm
blood
gonna
run
be
down. Let the blood
sponsored
run.
by. I'm gonna be sponsored by Weed Whacker Company. So I'll have a weed whacker, and you guys' faces will be cut. Cut face.
We now take you live to audio from a Magic Johnson press conference.
Please continue to be seated. As you all know by now, me, Irv Johnson, along with the team of investors, have bought the Dodgers. As you also know, the Dodgers were in trouble. In fact, most people didn't think they were going to be around for much longer. People gave the Dodgers maybe a few more years. Then the Dodgers would be gone forever. Gone. Just gone off the face of the earth, gone. But I said no. The Dodgers received a death sentence, and Magic Johnson, that's me, has the cure. Money. Lots and lots of wonderful money. And with this magic cure, the Dodgers will live far past its projected life expectancy. Maybe to a point where people just forget that at one time the Dodgers were supposed to be on life support. But I helped the Dodgers beat back bankruptcy just like I beat the 1987 Celtics. Now I gotta go drink the blood of a sanctified virgin so I can continue to be immortal. Thank you.
All right, now I'd like to give everyone, kind of like last week, some rules and advice for your fantasy baseball draft.
Rules and advice for your fantasy baseball draft.
So this is one of those times where I would say, hey, don't hit the web forum, jerks.
Right.
Listen up, jerks.
Yeah, there we go. Are you a jerky boy now? Is that what you're doing?
I'm a curtain jerk.
Hey there, jerky.
Hey,
Our sister
sisters.
podcast.
Yeah. Hey, soul sister, where you gonna do
On the radio. All right.
We
That's
do
what
not own the copyrights though.
Family.
All right, let's go on. Let's
Podcast
just do
and our sisters and me.
All right. All right. Number 1,
Yeah.
do not wear a jersey. Jerseys are for games, specifically for the guys playing in the games.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
Kevin Smith gonna do? All he wears is hockey jerseys.
Well, this is for baseball.
Oh,
drafts.
so
I
he
don't-
can still wear his hockey.
Well,
jerseys.
hockey jersey.
Kevin Smith also has limited clothing options due to his poncho-esque physique.
Right, he is very poncho-esque.
Yeah, he could wear a
Poncho.
poncho and like put like a little like devil's thing on it.
Is that what he sounds like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, don't show up without a baseball hat.
Oh yeah, that's. I wouldn't.
If there's a girl in your fantasy league,
Boo.
you're not in a real fantasy league.
There we go.
Actually, I'm kidding. Check it out. Most girls look super hot in baseball hats.
I
True.
know, right?
Especially when they can
amazingly
pull the
true.
ponytail
Yeah.
off the back. Yeah.
I'm actually kind of turned on too by girls who are really knowledgeable about baseball, which is sort of weird, but there it is.
Yeah.
It's a fetish I'm currently developing with my own girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Trying to teach her about baseball.
Yeah,
it's
she's
like-
like, I'm tired. It's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah, do you remember
Look at this
Bobby Higginson's number? Yeah, it was 4. Yeah, how about that? Okay. Number 5. Hurry up and make your fucking pick. It's been 20 minutes and we're only in the fucking 3rd round.
yeah, Herb,
It was Harold.
Harold.
All right. Don't be the guy who outsmarts everyone with his team name. If you outsmart everyone, you've really outsmarted no one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's like John Lennon shit right there.
It's actually, yeah. Plastic Ono Band. All right. At the same time, having an uninspired team name signals to everyone that you rush your draft preparation and you're going to foolishly draft aging New York Yankees way too high.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the Phil's baseball teams.
Yeah. And what did you say? You want to draft Jeter first round.
What is Jeter not playing anymore?
No, he's just not. He's now no longer a first-round pick.
He's like, what, 36? He's old.
All right.
Yeah.
And he probably isn't taking steroids, too, which also...
That's tough, yeah.
36 makes you pretty old.
He looks like Sam Eagle from the Muppets. Just throwing it out there.
Okay. Come on, seriously. No one after the 18th round is really worth drafting.
Yeah.
Yes, you can find sleepers, but you're taking too long and wasting everyone's time, which admittedly is not that valuable because we need to hurry up because we have another fantasy draft.
Yeah,
That sums it up, right? I don't know. I don't go to him.
That's 100% true, though. Nothing bugs me more than someone, like, mulling over... It's just like, really, seriously, you're going to drop this person.
It's this late in the
4
game.
days.
Just yeah. Speaking of which, because of the sheer length of the draft, you really need to pace yourself with the booze.
Oh, yeah.
There are 2 guys named Ryan Braun. One is an all-star 5-category outfielder on the Brewers. One is a journeyman reliever on the Angels. Do not be fooled.
Yeah.
Any spelling difference?
No, none. Right?
If you ever find yourself in a fantasy auction draft for baseball, Phil, and I know the likelihood of this happening in the near future has got to be up there. This is a classic bait and switch, which is nominating players with exactly the same name as very valuable players who are not in fact that player.
Are they real auctions? They have like a guy being like, "No, we got Ryan Braun. Do I have
You start with $260, like, you know, imaginary dollars, and then
like
you
Mickey
bid
bucks.
on players. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you spend $20 on the Angels reliever Ryan Braun, it's bad.
You're in a bad place.
I'll remember that.
Likewise, though still in the ESPN database for some reason, Kenny Rogers is out of baseball.
He's a musician, people.
Yeah.
Get it right. He has his own line of food products.
Yeah.
Ugh. Idiots. Damn it.
This really upsets Bill.
I'm sorry. I just hate it when people mistake Kenny Rogers for an athlete. He's fat. He's got a beard.
Could not more obviously be a non-athlete.
He's a gambler, though.
Yeah, he's a gambling man.
All right. And sure, the Royals are stocked with young talent. If by young talent you mean one guy named Eric Hosmer.
Boom.
Yeah. Thanks.
Burn! Wicked burn!
And number 1. It's actually like number 13.
Yeah.
Yes.
Drumming.
The draft is finally over.
Yay!
Yeah.
And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
We have the best branding officer ever.
Really, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Well, and it is
Whoever
everyone's
branded
favorite.
this. Yeah.
Weird Sports.
Oh, yeah. It's everybody's favorite. And this week's Weird Sport, Bo-Taoshi.
Well, clearly that's in a different language, so I have no idea what that is.
Taoshi. Bo-Taoshi.
Does it involve tying bow ties onto women?
You shut your mouth, Joel. No, it doesn't. But what it does have to... first of all, I'll go with the other names. It's Bo-Taoshi or pull down.
I have seen video footage of this, and it might be the greatest sport I've ever seen in my entire life.
Have you? You've seen this footage?
Yes, I have. Because
I looked it up on the internet, and it was also featured on Tosh.0 apparently at one point.
Was it on Tosh.0?
That's where I saw it. It was like,
Oh.
I looked at the YouTube clip, and it had the also seen on it. It said Tosh.0.
My brother sent it to me prior to that on like YouTube. I'm just go ahead.
Oh, you liked Bo-Taoshi before it was cool. I get it.
Yeah.
Back when
You're
it was
like the
underground.
Everyone at
Bo-Taoshi
home,
hipster.
look it up and watch this video because it's really amazing.
It's really great, but let me tell you what it is so you can imagine it. It's a capture the flag type game played on sports days in schools in Japan. Hence, Bo-Taoshi.
Right.
Bo-Taoshi.
So this sounds a lot like American Field Day.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a field day at your school
Like
when you
where
were
do
young.
like the shoe hike, and you do the... Did you guys not do the shoe hike? One of my field day events back in school is you take off your shoe and you hike it between your legs as far as you can. That was one of them from my field day.
That's weird. We played football and capture the flag and
Yeah, did you guys not have any funding for your athletic department?
Well, no. I grew up in a public school.
I went to a public school. We had some sort of ball.
Yeah, well, we
those
all didn't
rubber
have
dodgeballs?
Magic Johnson funding our hometown.
Magic Johnson would not.
God. Let me go on now that I'm angry.
Sky high property taxes.
The game is played by cadets at the National Defense Academy of Japan, is famous for its size, wherein 2 teams of 150 individuals each vie for control of a single large pole. So all of them are trying to jump up on this pole, 150 people.
It's like a caber.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
so it's an upright pole.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was people running around in every direction holding a large pole.
No.
It's like a telephone pole, just a little shorter.
Oh my
Not on the
150
ground, yeah.
people. They're climbing on each other's backs. They're clawing. They're
Is that all
committing
legit?
seppuku on top of each other. They're yeah, you've seen it.
What
You've
is
seen-
seppuku?
That's when you stab a sword through your stomach for honor.
And you
Oh,
cut the
that's-
box.
Yeah, you cut the
Called
box.
something else,
in you.
right? I thought
But
that
usually
was
most
Harry
people only
Well, that's the Japanese name is seppuku.
I thought the Japanese. All right, it's
No,
not-
Harry Carey's hey, I'm Harry Carey.
No, that.
Oh, I
yes,
love that Will Ferrell.
Oh,
Spelled
Harry
differently.
Carey. The defenders. There's defenders in this because there's 75 attackers, 75 defenders. The defenders
God.
begin in a defensive orientation respective to their own pole, while the attackers assume position some measure away from the other team's pole. Once the match has commenced, a team is victorious if it is able to lower the pole to the opposing team, which begins perpendicular to the ground at a 30-degree angle respective to the ground before the other team reaches its goal. Until a rule change in 1973, the angle of victory was only 45 degrees.
So wait, so one team, if one team gets to the top, they win? Is that-
No, you're
You're trying to
bending
pull
that pole.
the other team's pole down.
Oh, there are 2 poles.
There's
it's
2
just a
poles.
log, and you like one team is crowded around it, holding it vertical.
Yeah.
And then 150 people come running at that team and try to pull the pole down.
It's like a rugby scrum, only it goes into the air.
It is a fucking free-for-all, Jordan. You're going to want to watch this video clip because it's, this one massive body's holding this pole up, and another massive body's crashes into it at full speed, and it's just a no-holds-barred going at each other, trying to get at this pole and yank it down.
Yeah.
I love this. This sounds like rugby added a pole and another axis
Right.
There's usually a
to
defender,
the competition.
There's a defender
Yeah.
hanging onto the top of the pole, so when it starts to get low, he starts kicking at people.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. What's really funny to me about this is that a lot of people in the UK are like, oh, Americans are pussy. We've got rugby here, and you guys don't have anything like that. And then, but there's the next level in Japan where they're like, no, you are the pussy.
And they are, because this is-
the Bo-Taoshi, and we kick each other in face. 75 people kicking each other in face to knock over pole.
I cannot understand how this sport would be played without brutal injuries happening on a very large scale.
Oh, I'm sure.
Heads cracking against, because they're not wearing any sort of protection, and it's no holds barred.
Yeah, no condoms. They aren't wearing any condoms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
that's
can you imagine 150 people piled on each other with no condoms? You're gonna get butt scabies.
There's like punching and kicking and clawing, and you'd think there'd be more heads knocking together. There'd be concussions. There'd
You'd
be.
think so.
And again, yes, scabies got to be a real serious
Yeah.
concern.
One person has scabies at the bottom of the scrum pile. and
A
everyone's
condom
got
would protect you
scabies.
from scabies, but
What? From penis scabies and butt
you are
scabies.
correct. Given the choice between having scabies everywhere and having scabies everywhere but my penis,
Yeah.
I would definitely prefer.
Well, what
the
would you
latter.
prefer? To have them just on your penis or everywhere but your penis?
I would say everywhere but my penis.
Yeah.
I've never had scabies, so I can't be 100% certain.
So you wouldn't mind having them up your rectum?
I'm not saying I wouldn't mind that. I'm saying I would prefer that to my penis. I think.
Okay. That's fair. Jordan, would you rather have scabies just on your penis or everywhere but your penis?
if I touch my penis, am I going to give it scabies?
No.
Oh, that's also a fair point.
No, because your penis is now immune to scabies.
We're talking all-time immunity to penis scabies?
Yeah. That's part of the deal. Either it's all-time immunity to body scabies or all-time
Ooh.
immunity to penis scabies, but you have to start with whatever you're not immune to.
Hard to say. I will point out Jordan is giving us a look that says we've gotten a little off track.
The phrase penis scabies really
Your eyes are watering.
sends a chill down
Your
my
eyes
spine.
are watering really bad. It looks like you are genuinely crying. Do you want to go back to Bo-Taoshi?
A little bit.
Bo-Taoshi,
You don't
yeah.
want to? Huh?
I want to go back to the Bo-Taoshi.
Okay, we will. So Joel already jumped it, but now, I mean, I'm already done reading the article, but I also think I saw the same video as you, because in the video there was a defender right at the top of the pole, hanging on like Pitfall Harry, crossing like a bunch of alligators, kicking furiously, trying to keep people from bending over the pole.
Again, listeners at home, if you have not seen this video, watch it immediately.
Yeah.
It might be my all-time favorite internet video.
Yeah, it's like American Ninja Warrior, except there's 100 of them on the obstacle course, and they're all swinging wildly at each other.
Yes, an American Ninja Warrior.
American
Ninja Warrior rewards grace to some degree.
Yeah.
And this clearly does not. It's really one of those things where the rules are so simple because there's really just doesn't appear to be hardly anything that's illegal.
Sure.
I think it's one of those things that's like no eye gouging and fish hooking. Go.
Yeah, it's kind of like Reno.
Yes, where anything goes.
Yeah.
No
Nothing's
eye
illegal.
gouging, no
Right.
fish hooking. Have fun.
But everything else is cool.
Yeah.
Just don't touch my daughter. All right, I think that's all.
That's probably it. But I'm glad we did this one. Everyone at home has to watch this.
Yeah, go look it up online. It's Bo-Taoshi, spelled Bo-Tai-O-Shi.
Can we put a link in the website?
Nope. This comes to an end. Another episode of Weird Sports.
All right, everyone. That brings us to the end of another sports podcast. Before we go, we're going to leave you with some
Valiant Prophecies. I can't help but do it in the Weird Sports voice. I don't know why.
Everything's better.
Everything's better in that. This week's Valiant Prophecies I get to cover because this Sunday, WrestleMania 28.
I'm incidentally not thrilled.
No, it's a sport. It's a very popular sport.
It is sports entertainment.
But everybody's talking about the main event. Main event.
What's the main event, Phil?
What's the main event? You haven't seen it hyped for the past 6 months?
Isn't that the name
on
of a wrestler?
SmackDown? On Raw?
I've not seen any of these.
Okay, well, it's John Cena,
Oh, I hate that
biggest
guy.
star. Yeah, I'm not a fan
He's
either.
a dork.
He is. He
He's
wears
in all those
jorts.
bad movies.
Yeah, he was
Well,
in the Marine.
I wear those really long.
But
shorts,
it's
too.
John Cena versus The Rock.
Oh,
The Rock coming back.
Oh, I love The Rock.
He
yeah. The
films
last time
G.I.
I
Joe.
had
Then he
any
comes back.
interest in wrestling was when The Rock was his. That guy really sold it. The Rock was entertaining.
But The
to
Rock
watch.
was really like the John Cena of 10 years ago.
No, because The Rock was cool. He wasn't a dork.
No, but they were like the same thing. Like all the kids love The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the kids love the John Cena.
The Rock also though has the Peyton Manning effect. He's so much more likable because his sense of comic timing is astounding.
Right. It's
Yeah,
two
very
of the
good.
Great
biggest
stage
baby
presence.
faces
Yeah.
of all time. They're two of the most beloved wrestlers. And now they've spent the past 6 months trash talking each other constantly.
I bet you The Rock did a better
The
job.
Rock called John Cena. He said he wears so many colorful shirts. He looks like a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh wow.
Did he call him a dork at all?
No, he didn't call him a dork.
He probably
implied
referred to him
it.
as a jabroni, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, a dumb
And he
jabroni!
referred to his Rudy Toot Candy ass more than once.
Ooh.
All right.
Is that also something he says?
Yeah.
He said boots to asses a couple times. That's something he said. And what did John Cena say? You can't see me. Because that's his catchphrase.
Wow, John Cena really sort of sounds like he fumbled that
Well, let's
one.
go around the horn. Who do you
Okay.
think's going to win? Joel.
I think that I can smell what The Rock is cooking.
All right, Joel says The Rock. Jordan.
Real quick question.
Yes.
Is The Rock coming back after WrestleMania?
He'll probably... No, he won't be a consistent performer.
Then he has to win. If he was coming back, I say he could lose because then he could have a redemption thing. I think it's got to be The Rock.
I'm going to go here.
He's the people's champ.
I'm going to say... I disagree with you guys. I think Cena's going to win. I think that because Cena is more of a company man now and Rock is kind of a fair weather player, they want to establish Cena as the greatest of all time. They're going to do it at WrestleMania 28.
Even though he made the Marine?
All right, well, that's it for another Sports podcast. But, Jordan, why don't you give our contact information?
You can email us sports at gmail.com.
Sports podcast at
gmail.com. Or you can go to Comedy Network.
You can go to Comedy Podcast Network to view our back episodes or our Twitter.
You can go on Twitter. It's sports3_podcast.
No, Sports 3 podcast. Sports 3 podcast, Sports 3 podcast. Or you can find us on Facebook.
MySpace. Oh, damn.
No, on Facebook by searching Sports Podcast at the top bar. But if you do find us on iTunes, what should they do?
Rate and review us.
Rate and review.
And subscribe. Subscribe to us.
Subscribe to us. That was very good, Jordan. For Sports Podcast, this is us signing out. Lights off. For more funny stuff for your eyes and ears, go to comedypodcastnetwork.com.